Thanks to Gertrude and Cornelia Seals, the mansion was protected from the second floor up. Alright guys, welcome back to some more Umineko, When They Cry. Last time we got a little bit on Federine or Hajujo Toya and some other third person at the start. I don't really know. There was something going on there, which I was really interested by, but then we cut off to more magic battles between Erika Battler, or Retru's battles between Erika Battler and Angie and Beato. Angie beat Beato, so she got to the book of truth and then left, peaced out, and Erika beat Battler. It was close. It seemed like Battler had won against her for a second there because about to grab the fragment, but she beat him and she left as well. And now we're here, and we're depressed because there's no point to the game board anymore because Angie's left. So now we're just here, and the goats are still chewing away at the cat box. But here we are. Thanks to Gertrude and Cornelia Seals, we're protected from the second floor up. So yeah, let's keep it going and let's keep reading. Alright. The door to the Golden Land was now open wide enough for a child to slip through. So Mari can go. At least. The smaller people, including Mari and Sakutaro, slipped through it.
我が友よ、扉の開きが少し早くなった気がする。
はい。私の目にもそのように見えます。
我が友よ。
お父さん、扉はまだ開きませんか。奴らもうじき窓を破ってきそうです。
クラウス様、どうかご安心を。アイゼルネ・ユングフラウの結界、そうやすやすと破れるものではございません。
もうじき大人も通れるようになります。大丈夫ですよ。間に合います。
しかしどんどんバンバンとすごいありさまでして、その
Hey Kumasawa, your witch self told you that it's gonna be fine. Trust your witch self. It's you. You has told you that we're all gonna be okay.
慌てずに待て。どうせ我らには待つ以外にできることは何もないのだからな。
Even the outer walls of the mansion were covered with goats. And are plunging their fangs and fists into the walls and windows, trying to break through them. So, there were goats stuck to all the windows in the hallway, smashing their thick arms against the windows in a way that would terrify anyone, even if they knew about the barrier. However, anyone watching the group of goats gathered at the top of the big staircase from the safety of the other side of the barrier will probably feel a different emotion. Wait, what? Anyone watching the group of goats gathered at the top of the big staircase from the safety of the other side of the barrier will probably feel a different emotion. Okay. Instead of terror, it was a sad, empty sort of emotion. Okay. The barrier was drawn across the landing at the top of the hall's great staircase. Beyond the barrier, everything had already been eaten away. Was it even possible for those who stood in the hallway of the upper floors to believe that this was the Rokkenjima mansion? By now, no one looking at the scene would be able to imagine such a thing. Hello, Rosa. Good to see you. Okay. Forget the hall or even the whole first floor. Even the ground itself was almost gone. The sea of goats had eaten everything apart long before this. They'd eaten apart the hall, the pillars of the mansion, the floor, the ground, the sea, the very concept of the island, every part of the game board Battler had created. And now, the only leftover was the upper part of the mansion, which floated along in an empty space.
何がなりや。
この島を食い尽くすという快楽に身を任せたヤギたちが虚無に落ちて消えていく。
Call them idiots. This had once been a huge entrance hall. Beyond it had been a vast rose garden. There had been so many places to stand upon. However, now, holes had been dug everywhere, and nearly everything outside the mansion was completely gone. Some goats were clutching to the few remaining footholds and pillars, still eating away at them.
真実を暴くとは殺すことと心得るものなり。
人はなぜ殺さずには生きられないのです。遠大なる歴史の中であれだけの大勢が奇跡を願いながら、結局は奇跡の余地を自ら食い尽くし、自らの足場さえ食い破って奈落へ落ちていく。
Like Angie. He's about to do. Bye! They saw a goat chewing the same pillar that was holding it up, which, unsurprisingly, fell into the empty blackness along with the goat.
人間は知るために生きるように定められた悲しい生き物だからです。知ることが自分の生きる夢や希望を自ら食い尽くすことを意味するなら、人間は死ぬために生まれてきたってことになる。
This has been discussed before in episode 4, actually. Tamakis and Angie, in fact.
私たちは生きろと教えられます。しかし生きてなすことのほぼ全てが結局は自分を殺している。
それ以上考えるな。
You'll only get a headache.
頭痛にならう。
私は一人の人間として問いたい。知ることは罪なのですか？無知に生きる方が夢や希望があると。
全知に生きることも無知に生きることもどちらにも利点はあるし短所もある。そのどちらに生きるのも自由だ。だから人間ってのは無力なんだ。
人は知ることはできても知らぬことはできない生き物なり。
故に全知の神はそれができぬ人間に代わりて、知るべきことと知らぬべきことを分け隔てているものなり。
過ぎた好奇心は夢も希望も殺す。
人は知るべきでないことを知らぬままに忌避できぬ哀れな存在です。バトラ教がそれを演者に伝えきれなかったとしても無理もないことです。
その演者ももういない。このゲームももうおしまいだな。
Struck dumb by Will's words, everyone felt silent. Only the sound of the goats eating everything away rang out hollowly. Even if they escaped to the Golden Land, these goats of emptiness would probably chew into that realm eventually as well. Even if they got away for the time being, nothing would be resolved. It was all set in stone now. They had no way to resist the future's violent attempts to tear the cat box of the past open.
なら私たちは生きなければ。人間の愚かさが自ら夢や希望を捨て去ることならば、私はそれを最後の1秒まで信じることを選びたい。
いい根性だ。
私は幾百万の世界のベアトリーチェたちの唯一の希望が具現化した存在だから、私はこんな時でもみんなの希望でなければいけないんです。だから私はまだこのゲームを諦めません。
Let's go, Leon. I support you.
諦めないとは？
最後の1秒まで奇跡を信じて待つということです。
最後の1秒まであがいてあがき抜こうってわけか。
そうです。私たちの時だってあの恐ろしい猫の胸の中で死を覚悟したではありませんか。でもラムダデルタさんが助けてくれました。
Maybe she'll do it again.
もし奇跡を信じずに諦めていたら私たちは助けられる前に虚無に消えていたに違いない。
Lambda Delta, are you gonna save us one more time? Only you can do it. Dude, Lambda Delta, man, she is awesome. She is awesome, right? Burn is cool, but Lambda Delta is next level awesome. I've really started to prefer Lambda Delta in the dynamic between the two. Lambda Delta for me has shined forth as the goat witch between the two.
私が助けたってより、
Yeah!
込めたって感じね。
Lambda's here.
あるいはあの子の気まぐれかもしれない。奇跡の魔女の奇跡的な気まぐれってわけね。
Aha, miracle. Hello, not Burn, Lambda. It's funny because I prefer, at least anime-wise, in the visual novel might be different because I haven't read the visual novel of Higurashi yet. But I prefer Rika over Satoko in Higurashi. Yet here I prefer Lambda over Burn. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? But they are two very separate dynamics of characters and two very separate characters. No matter the clear similarities between them, I mean, there's two separate characters. I know that. Someone mentioned that. I mean, they are still two different characters. I know. I'm not saying that Satoko is literally Lambda at some point and Burn is literally Rika. I know. I'm just saying their similarities aside, you know. This is how I prefer them over the different visual novels. Anime, sorry. For Higurashi, it's just anime strictly. So it's kind of unfair. Maybe Satoko in the visual novel is much better than she is in the anime. Because in the anime, I feel like, oh man, I feel like there's probably so much more to her relationship with Teppei in the visual novel than we were shown in the anime. But okay, how long had she been there? Lambda Delta was leaning on the handrail of the staircase, eating popcorn. She held the cup of popcorn out as if to say, "Want some?" But Leon declined the offer. It's like what's his name? Jin from World Trigger. He's power elite. Hey, want some rice crackers? Want some? Because he's like super OP, but like he abstains a lot for a lot of things. Well, not really. He's actually a pretty active helper and stuff. But a lot of times it feels like he's abstaining, and he's like, "Oh man, look at this chaos unfolding." But hey, want some rice crackers?
バトラ君たちが言ってました。エンジちゃんは自分の命と引き換えに真実を得る契約をしたと。
さっきのあんたたちの話によるなら、それは契約じゃないわね。だって人は死ぬために真実を求めて生きてるんでしょ。つまりエンジは自分の性の全てを真実を得るために費やした。それを一瞬の時間にベルンが凝縮しただけのことだわ。
エンジちゃんは夢も希望もなくしたから自らの命を軽んじてしまった。彼女にどうやったら夢や希望を与えられるんですか。どうやったら生きることに意味を見出させることができるんですか。
それ私に聞いてんの？
Well, Lambda?
私パーよ。それも2回転ひねりの入った超パー。難しい話されてもわかんないわ。
After tossing the last bit of popcorn into her mouth, Lambda Delta threw the empty cup into the abyss of nothingness.
ベルンがあの子をそそのかしたわけじゃないわ。ベルンはエンジェにチャンスを与えた。いえ、選択肢を与えたと言うべき。
Soul's Battler, to be fair.
そしてエンジェはその選択肢の中から自ら選んでゲーム版に現れ、 そして今バトラとのゲームで再び自ら選択肢を選んでる。あの子のゲームは最初から最後までずっとあの子のものよ。私は今それをのんびりと感激しているわ。
感激に熱中しているというわけでもなさそうだな。
まあね、先の見えちゃったお芝居だし、だからそろそろおいとましようかなって思ってたところよ。
先が見えたと感じたら、あなたはそのお芝居を見るのはやめるのですか？
I mean, Burn did that in episode 6 to be fair, so...
ひょっとしたらあなたが想像しないようなクライマックスを迎えるかもしれないのに。
Or was it episode 5? Which episode was it where Erica got defeated and before that happened, Burn saw coming, she just snuck out, she just couldn't be bothered watching anymore. She was too embarrassed over Erica. Lambda licked her salty fingers. Then she stared at Leon challengingly and grinned.
エンジェちゃんのゲームは絶対にこれで終わりません。必ずバトラ君の気持ちが通じます。彼女により良い未来を生きてほしいという気持ちが伝わり、彼女が自らそれを選択する。必ず絶対そういう物語になります。
へえ、この絶対の魔女ラムダデルタにあんたが絶対を保証するの？
What do you think, Lambda?
そうです。私が絶対に保証します。
With certainty.
エンジェちゃんのゲームはこのままでは終わりません。だから席を立たないでください。そして私たちも立ちません。私たちにできることは必ずあります。そしてそれが必ず彼女をより良き未来へ誘う。この物語は必ずハッピーエンドになります。だから最後まで見届けてください。お願いします。
私、絶対の魔女としてこの物語にハッピーエンドはないって宣言しちゃってるんだけど。
Ain't red.
ハッピーエンドの定義なんて見る人それぞれが決めることでしょ。
For a while, there was a tense silence. With a confident gaze that seemed to be saying, "Are you serious?" Lambda stared at Leon. However, Leon's eyes didn't even twitch. For some time, they both stared into each other's eyes without flinching. Suddenly, Lambda let out a large sigh and stretched.
行くあてもないし。いいわ、もうちょっとだけ付き合ってあげる。ポップコーンのおかわりをくれたらね。今度はキャラメルフレーバーがいいわ。
Caramel.
黄金鏡へ来てくれればいくらでもご馳走します。
Lambda waved at them with a thin smile. No one was quite sure what this meant, but it apparently signified her surrender in her own way.
いいわ、あんたがあんたなりの絶対のハッピーエンドを保証するなら、この大ラムダデルタ、もう少しだけ付き合ってあげるわ。本当に私って心が広いわよね。
Thank you for sticking around, Lambda.
まるで美はこのように。
Lake Biwa?
微妙に狭いな。
そして日本海のように穏やかね。
Is the Sea of Japan gentle? I've never heard of either of those things, but I've never heard of Lake Biwa. I've never heard of well, I know the Sea of, I can assume what the Sea of Japan is, but I guess Lake Biwa is not very wide and the Sea of Japan is not very gentle.
すごい荒波です。
It's a very rough sea. Okay.
変形。おそらく例えが逆かと思われるものなの。
That's wild. There was some muffled laughter. Lambda is the witch who gives strength to those who possess unshakable willpower. She might have given Leon a bit of magic for that absolute belief in a happy ending. That's good.
みんな、私を退屈させるんじゃないわよ。じゃなきゃ、いつだって私は席を立っちゃうんだからね。
もちろんです。バトラ君も歓迎するでしょう。
Leon understood. In order to fight back against Byrne, who had taken Angie outside the board, they would need the power of another who was capable of leaving the board. Leon's smart! Yes, we used Lambda against Byrne. They fought together countless times, the tale as old as time. Use Lambda. Byrne's troubling you, use Lambda. Hey Lambda, help us out. Their last hope was to make sure Lambda didn't abandon this game. Fair enough. However, judging by Lambda's expression as she humped to herself cheerily, actually asking her for help was probably going to be a problem. Yeah.
見てゼパル、すごいわ。1階から下がぽっかりだわ。
これは絶景だね。なかなかお目にかかれない景色だよ。
上の様子はどうですか？そうそう、それを知らせに来たの。
いやあみんな、お待たせしたね。
Is the door finally opened?
黄金鏡の扉が開いたそうだよ。
Woo! Time to go to the Golden Land.
やれ。
参りましょう。ここはいつまでも安全ではありません。
Time to go. Well, the Golden Land won't be safe for long either. Unless Lambda does something. Everyone who had been sitting on the staircase got up.
さらば、麗しの六軒島。
Golden Rockinjima beautiful?
そうですね。こんな光景でさえ、これが見納めなのですね。
何を器用なこと言ってんのよ。見せなさいよ、私に。ハッピーエンド。
Oh, okay, break. Okay. Chapter end. Coolio. I wonder, what chapter are we on now? 13? The Book of the Truth? Nice! Okay, we're back. Hopefully we're back with Featherine. I hope, or Hachijo Toya. Good, because that's the story that really intrigued me. I want to see more of that. We're in chapter 13. We can't be that far from reaching the end, can we? Of the episode? I don't know how much is left. I hope there's not that much left. But okay, the book the Book of the Single Truth, sealed in crystal by Battler. Until I undo the seal, I can't even stick the key in the keyhole. Whoa. Whoa, what is this place? What the hell? I can't even comprehend what's going on. What is this place? Wait. Oh, are those bookshelves? Oh, are those bookshelves? Are those books? Yo. Is this like a massive archive or something? Then what's that below? What's that? I don't know. Alright, let's just keep reading, that's fine. Whoa, they're in a vast, dimly lit space. Hey, yo, this archive or library, maybe? I don't know. Seems more. It's very vast. It's endless. Endless books. To sum it up in a phrase, it was like a trench in the ocean floor. No, that's not quite right. It was a library. It's a library. Okay, I called it an archive, but it's a library. My bad. However, the number of books... what is the difference between a library and an archive? I guess the archive is where you store books, where a library is where you store books. I don't actually know what the difference is. Maybe archive is more specifically history, like history books or geography books and stuff, while library can also include fiction and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just keep reading. Maybe you guys can correct me in the comments. However, the number of books and the height of the shelves vastly surpassed all of those that exist in the world of humans. If the height is the measure of greatness, then the gods must surely have been giants taller than mountains. This place appeared to be a library big enough and grand enough for such gods. Okay. Each individual book was no larger than those from the human world. However, the shelves holding them stood like the walls of a valley or a deep sea ocean trench. So, Angie and the others looked like little more than a few small butterflies who had wandered into this vast library. Like minuscule deep sea fish swimming about all alone in an ocean pit.
これは封印じゃなくて氷みたいなものよ。バトラの手から奪えば日向に置いとくだけで時間をかければ勝手に溶ける程度の脆いもの。手っ取り早く打ち砕けないの？あんたは冷凍サンマをハンマーで叩いて解凍するの？
Hell yeah, why not?
ごめんね、家庭科は一致なの。
Whoa.
子猫たち、この封印の解凍を。
Look at this place. Dang. Okay. The kitties are going in. And Byrne whispered from the dark ocean pit deep below them. Several emerald green glints appeared and gathered like a school of fish. Byrne threw the book of the single truth down to them. Only after several seconds passed, the school of fish seemed to gather around it and carry it away. Those few seconds made it clear just how deep this bookshelf trench went. Angel was once again dumbfounded by his unimaginably vast and godly library.
あとはあの子たちに任せておけばいいわ。本当に私に中を読ませてくれるんでしょうね。あなたが望むならそれは叶う。そして私だってあなたのその鍵がなければ読むことが叶わない。
And he silently gripped the golden key in her pocket. Wow, so the golden key is now in her pocket, not on her neck, like the sprite is showing us? Okay. Oh yeah, now I know what this library is. Yeah. We've seen this library in the opening. Oh, I think we did. I just didn't have context for what it was at the time, so I didn't understand it. But now that I do, okay. Yeah, I remember seeing Byrne going wild with this library. Okay. We've seen it in the opening, okay. This is not actually a new thing. I thought it's not actually a new thing. We've seen it before. Okay. At the very start of the episode. Or actually during the tea part of episode 7, I think, is when we first saw that opening, so. This journey has been so long and so strange. In search of the truth from 12 years ago, I left my home, met President Okonogi and met Amakusa. And at some point, that adventure became part of a witch illusion. However, here I am. Ishirama Eva's diary is here. The truth written inside it is sitting right before me.
しばらく休みなさい。私もあんたの相手だけをしていられるほど暇じゃないの。
Okay.
別に疲れてなんかいないけどね。エリカ、エンジェにお茶でもご馳走しなさい。
Erika, entertain yes, Angie.
はい、
我が主。Hi! Erika popped into existence out of nowhere and bowed to her master.
ベルンカステル、もしあんたが私をうまいこと利用して本と鍵を奪おうと考えているならただじゃ済まさないわよ。 貴様、我が主に向かってなんて口を。
Erika took offense to that.
ごめんなさいね。魔女とずいぶん長くやり合ってたせいで、普通の言葉は信用しないことにしてるの。
Fair enough.
いいわ。赤き真実で約束してあげる。
More right that I have to write down.
一なる真実の書を封印が解けて一番最初に読むのはあなた、エンジェよ。これでいい？
For some time, Angie considered the witch's words, searching for some sort of trap hidden within them. There was no greater guarantee than a right truth given by a witch. Angie understood this well enough. If one did start to doubt even this right truth, there would be nothing left to trust in this entire world. If one began to suspect even this, then even the truth would no longer be truth.
まだ不満なの？何も。
何も? She would need Byrne's help if she wanted to read the book of the single truth. And she finally realized that she had nothing to gain by complaining more and annoying this witch further.
封印が解けたらすぐに読んでちょうだい。もちろんよ。私だって早く読みたいもの。すぐに呼ぶわ。
Byrne spun away from them and vanished into the dark bookshelf trench. Hi, Erika. Prepare some tea. And you saw a school of emerald green fish appear and followed behind Byrne. Could those be her familiars? Don't think about it too much. You'll just get a headache. Totally not doing my will impression right there. As she stared at the emerald lights that resembled some sort of deep sea fish, Angel spoke from behind. Erika, what's up? You wanna have fun?
行きますよ。同志エンジェ。
Comrade Angie, okay.
気持ち悪いからエンジェでお願い。じゃあ私のことはエリカ様でお願いします。行きましょう。同志エリカ。
Bro, why is this the first time we get to see an interaction between Eric and Angie? These two fit so well together. Man, we have missed so much possible amazing character interaction between these two characters, and I didn't even notice it until now. This is amazing. Angie and Erica together, I never knew I needed this until now. This is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be amazing. This is peak. Let's get going, Comrade Erica. Alright. Their personality, the way it meshes, man, this is gonna be good. Okay. The pair began to swim in the direction Erica indicated. Swim seemed a better way to describe what they were doing than fly would have. You know, this is like the Kogias. You know that it reminds of that Kogias place. You know that Kogias place where Lelouch went and then they were in this weird space and then they were kind of floating and stuff. That was kind of creepy. Also, it was kind of wild to find out that Lelouch's mother was actually a piece of crap. And his father. Yeah, both of them were pieces of garbage. But you know. Well, Lelouch himself, you know, I don't want to actually spoil anything regarding Code Geass. I know Code Geass is a 17-year-old show or whatever, but and everyone's seen it, of course. Of course, you should have seen it by now. But I actually don't want to spoil Code Geass because it's so good that it's much better going to it blind. It's kind of like Umineko. It's much better to go into Code Geass blind because of the amount of plot twists that will blow your mind. Okay.
図書館って呼ぶにはあまりに広大すぎるわ。どうせ覚えられませんから図書館とでも呼ばれたらどうです？
Okay. What's its actual name though?
覚えるかどうかは私が決めるわ。言いなさいよ。尊厳なる感激と戯曲が厳選されし名誉ある図書の都です。
Hey guys, come back in 10 years time and quiz me about what this library is called. Just come back in 10 years and be like, yo, Amin, remember reading Umineko 10 years ago? Yeah, okay, what's the library called? Yeah, it's the Great Witch of Cedar Going Jama inspected in its noble city of carefully selected books. Okay, so this is Featherine's place. This is, she made this place. Oh, wait! Now that I think about it, I know this place. Yeah, no wait. I played this in Golden Fantasia. Yeah. Because I played the game with my friend that distributed this visual novel. I played the game. I remember playing in a map like this. I did. It was like a library archive. Oh my, yeah. I remember it now. This was like the one map that I didn't even know. No, there's one more map that I didn't know what it was. This was one of the maps that I was like, I don't know what this is. I've never seen this place. Because the other places were all areas I've seen in the visual novel, right? This was one of the areas I hadn't seen before. But now, yeah, that makes sense. This is that library place. There's one more place I didn't know. There was this weird shed in some forest. What was that about? That was the one other area where I fought and I didn't know what was going on there. Because, okay, in Golden Fantasia, in the game, I played it, and there was, we saw the Rose Garden. We could fight there. You could fight in the in Kinzo's study. You can fight in the hall of the mansion. You can fight in the shrine. Actually, Shannon went and destroyed the shrine. You can fight in the witch's tea party room thingy. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where Batman and Beto argued for time. You can fight in this place, like this rivalry here, which is what we're finding about now. You can fight other areas were there. You can fight in Cubodorian. I can't think of any other maps or areas I remember fighting on. Again, I didn't play Golden Fantasia for too long, but yeah, I did play as Angie. I played as Angie actually in Golden Fantasia, and I play using Princess mode because normal mode is too hard for me because, you know, guess what? Me and my friend, we're both not that great at fighter games. He's actually much better than me. He was destroying me in Golden Fantasia. I think I only won against him once out of the like 7 or 8 times we played against each other. I said 7 or 8 times. They will play way more than 7 or 8 times. We played for a couple hours. I don't know how many times we played, but I only won against him like 1 or twice, I think. No wait, I won against him once that was like full on set, but a lot of other times the time went out. But most of the time, even when the time went out, he had the lead on me because he's better than me at fighting games. So he's better than me at the Umineko Golden Fantasia, and we're both playing Princess mode. And I did play as Angie, and her ultimate move was her saying, "See you again," and falling from the sky. I love playing as Angie in Golden Fantasia. He's like, "See you again." Woo, woo. Batman's ultimate attack is also really cool because he uses the Fukushoyoku Bluetooth, and he has this blue beam coming out. Erika's final ultimate attack in Golden Fantasia is amazing. Her ultimate attack is great. She's like she has this thing where you have to be really close to someone and you have to meet me there. I've actually never successfully done it, but my friend has done it all the time against me. But if I've only played like as Erika once or something. But Erika's ultimate is the locked room thing, right? So she locks you, if she does the ultimate attack on you, she locks you in a room, then she sentences you to the locked room, and then haha, gotcha. It's actually a very cool thing. I play as Will. I actually play as Will as well. I played as Will as well. I did his ultimate. His ultimate's pretty easy to pull off, and he just cuts peeps up, and then he cuts the screen, and he goes wild. It was funny because my friend actually hasn't finished reading episode 7 yet, so he hasn't seen Will's sword that he uses at the end of episode 7 that you see when he cuts up Claire, right? So my friend was like, "Oh, I haven't seen Will's sword in the visual novel." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you haven't gone to that point in the visual novel." I guess no, because you haven't finished episode 7 yet. I told him something like that. Because yes, guess what? My friend has not finished reading Umineko yet. I actually know more spoilers for Umineko than he does now. Even though he's the one that introduced me, he's the one that was like, "Yo, I mean, you should read Umineko. It's so good." He hasn't finished reading it yet, but he will eventually. Yeah, I'm sure he will eventually, and then we can talk about all sorts of Umineko stuff together. Me and him have talked about Umineko for so many hours. By the way, we've had so many Umineko discussions. Holy crap! We've had so many character discussions and all sorts of discussions, and he was the one that came up with a lot. Someone told me that, you know, I mean, you got a lot of thieves right in the theory video after episode 4 was over. But he was the one that came up with a lot of the theories for that one. As in came up with. I mean, I just took his theories and kind of spun it around my own way, you know. The theory about the ant being an explosion accident, that was his theory. That was not the one I made. He made that one, for example. I got it right, I guess, quote unquote. But he's the one that made the theory and proposed the theory to me. And he didn't know the answer yet, because, by the way, it's not revealed that it's an explosion accident until the end of episode 6. And it's not revealed with Erika's character file. And it's not actually revealed fully that it's an explosion accident until the tea part of episode 7. Because that's when it started making sense that, okay, it's an explosion that goes off. So it was a theory of his, right? And he doesn't even know if the theory is confirmed or not. I mean, he knows it's confirmed because he's read Erika's character file. But he doesn't know the details of it like it's shown in the tea part. Because he hasn't read the tea part of episode 7 yet, which is wild. So I can't even discuss the tea part of episode 7 with him yet. But, the whole explosion thing was his idea. Some other theories that I got were thanks to just discussing things with him and making realizations of different parts of the story. So that was a lot of fun, and yeah. So I do want to just say that. But anyway, let's keep reading. It's the Great Witch of Theater going drama of inspecting Noble City. Okay, yeah, okay. Inspecting Noble City of carefully selected books. Great. Erika did tell you, to be fair, and you refused. You stubbornly were like, no, I decide what I remember or not. Knew you'd say that. See, Erika did tell you. Man, I really like the relationship, man. I already love Erika and Angie together. This is great. This is great. We should have had more of this before. We should have had more of this in episode 6 if it was possible. Because that's the only episode where they both appeared before this episode, so... Because Angie did not appear in episode 5 at all. The City of Books! Okay, that's what we're showing it to, that's what this place is. Yeah, the name fits. The bookshelves on either side of this canyon are skyscrapers. If I think of those emerald green lights flowing beneath us as headlights on a highway, then this really does seem like a City of Books. An ensemble play? And there's a lot of fragments. Imagine. A creator. From the theater goer's perspective, our individual lives are hardly worth anything at all. If they're writing down the entire world in a single volume, then my life probably isn't even worth a single line. Facts. Facts. We're always the main character for our own stories. That's facts. Even if we're side characters in another person's stories, we're the main characters of our own stories. We always are. Circulation. Well, okay. Get to see a little more of this City of Books place. They were on a balcony, which was really a room-sized section that had been dug out of the bookshelf, with no guardrail along the cliff. Okay. It didn't go in very deep, making it look like a room that had been cut in half. It was filled with the tools of everyday life, as though this was Erika's hidden house. Oh, I love these two together, yo.
抹茶なんでもないわ。こっちの話。
Ignoring Erika as she made tea, Angie looked down upon the bizarre, otherworldly scene below. Until Erika finished getting the tea ready, the scene held Angie's gaze like he was sucking out her soul. Oh wow.
我が主も物好きな方です。こんな無気力女の無価値な命と引き換えに契約なさるなんて。
Angie chuckled, not bothering to argue. That was exactly right. How incredible that Byrne would lend her powers to a worthless life that was trying to throw itself away.
まあ、我が主は奇跡を司る魔女ですから。だから、あんたみたいな無価値な女の前にも姿を現すのでしょう。そうね。ベルンカステルが現れなくても、私はあの日、あのここへ一歩を踏み出していたのだから。安いね。じゃあ、あんたにはそれだけの価値が。私ですか
The way Erika cackled was disturbing. Still, Angie realized that this was her way of answering the question. People don't become witches of their own choosing. If they're capable of living, all people want to live their lives as humans. When something comes along to chip up that life, that's when the road to living as a witch opens. Even Furud or Erika, who calls herself the Witch of Truth, must be like this. The two Witches of Truth, sitting here drinking tea without even looking at each other, are exactly the same.
私は真実を暴くのが好きです。知ってるわ。隠し事を暴き、相手がどうしてバレたんだと青ざめるのを見るのが大好きなんです。その瞬間、私は真実に至ったのだと確信し、恍惚を覚えます。趣味の悪いやつ。じゃあ、あなたにとって真実は何だと言うんです？
Angie was about to give an immediate answer, but she bit down her words. And she did, not knowing the right way to respond. No further words came. After all, to Angie, the truth itself was the goal. At first, it was out of hatred. Could Ushima Eva, the sole survivor of Rokkenjima, be the culprit behind everything? She hated Eva, but she had no proof that her aunt was the culprit. Of course, Eva never talked about what happened on that aunt. So, at first, in Angie's eyes, the truth meant proof that Eva was the culprit. However, that feeling withered away with Eva's death. Now that Eva was dead, even if Angie did find some kind of proof, it wouldn't mean anything. So, eventually, the truth Angie wanted to find became nothing more than the simple desire to know what happened on that island that day. However, one thing was obvious. Even if she did find out the truth, that wouldn't bring any of her family back to her.
意味なんてないのかもね。意味もなく、 大好きなお兄ちゃんが隠す真実を暴く。
That's what I'm saying. Battler's been telling you this. Your journey's meaningless, Angie.
あんたこそ意味がわかりません。
Erika laughed mockingly. You laughed too, as though she agreed.
だからね、私にとっての真実は目的に変わったの。
Remember what Amakusa said, Angie? Remember about the truth becoming your goal? You remember what he said? Don't become a child soldier. Don't let the war become your goal.
生きるための理由とでも言えばいいのかしら。
やれやれだぜ。
じゃあ真実にたどり着いたらもう生きる意味も目的もなくなっちゃいますね。そうよ。だから死ぬの。
死ぬ？
もういいじゃない。12年も余計に生きたのよ。そんな私に最後の瞬間くらい願いを叶えてくれる魔女が現れてもいいとは思わない？ぶっちゃけると生きるのにもう疲れたの一言でようやくできちゃいますね。そうよ。だから私の存在も生きる目的も何もかもが無意味。未知なる真実の書にたどり着くという目的はそんな私に人生最後のちょっとしたきらめきを与えてくれたの。その一点でだけベルンカステルに感謝してる。なるほど。バトルはあんたに生きてほしいからあんたの死ぬためのゴールを隠してるわけですね。バトラさんに初めて登場します。妹は選べないですからね。
Dang, okay, what the hell, Erika? Dang! Well, spitting facts though. Sorry, Oni-chan. I'm tired of life. 12 whole years. I've been living off nothing but the illusion that someone might come home someday. Just let me find peace already. Finding the truth of that day, I decided to use that to mark the end of my life. For 12 years, I believed in a miracle, but there was no miracle. I won't believe in miracles anymore.
一なる真実の書。内心は私も興味津々でしたが、そんなあんたの人生のピリオド扱いじゃ大した真実は記されてなさそうですね。そうね。最初は経典同地の何かが記されているかもと期待したわ。でも今は何というか冷めてる。無価値なあんたが求める真実なんてどうせ無価値です。それがあんたという無価値な人生のピリオドにふさわしいでしょう。
Erika is going in! She's not letting her have anything! Worthless!
きっとそうなのよ。
Angie was already starting to realize something. Regardless of why Eva decided not to talk about what happened, the real events of that day probably weren't anything earth-shattering. Some sort of malfunction made the bomb in that secret underground base explode. Yes, it was just an accident. See, how great would that be, huh? How great would that be? But the public believed and hoped that some sort of plot surrounded the events of that day. Eva was a suspect herself, so she could claim that nothing strange had happened until she was blue in the face, and no one would believe her. Of course, this included Angie. In that case, shutting up like a clam would just make things easier. It was hardly surprising that Eva chose to say nothing.
今は達成感なんて全くない。よくわからない気だるい疲労感があるだけよ。真実の魔女は真実に耐える力があるからこそ真実の魔女なのです。
同志エンジェ
Comrade Angie.
あんたにはどうやらその力がないようですね。あったなら死のうなどと思わないのですから。
Dang.
そうね、私は誰かが帰ってくるかもしれないという幻想に12年もすがった。私がベアトリーチェの猫箱に都合よく真実を隠して12年も真実を拒否していただけに過ぎない。一なる真実の書を読んだらあんたはどうなるんでしょうね。さあ、契約に従いベルンカステルがちゃんと私の首でも鎌で買ってくれるんじゃない？
Scythe is Erica's weapon.
あるいはまたひき肉かしら。今度こそ塩と胡椒を練り込まれるわね。なるほど。だからひき肉
Right, Erica's just learning this.
何か言った？それよりおかわりはいかがです？
No, thank you. Angie listlessly gazed down from the balcony with no handrail. Down into the darkness of the abyss at the bottom of the bookshelf ravine. No, the gap between the bookshelf skyscrapers. From the beginning until the end of my journey, I haven't taken a single step away from the spot. This journey of mine, not even a single step long, will end soon. This seems like a good stopping point. Oh.
あの底を流れてる光の行列は何？
Is this a good stopping? Have I been recording for an hour? I might not have been recording for an hour. Have I been recording for an hour? There's a good chance I've not been recording for an hour. You know what? We'll keep reading for a little bit longer. Because I don't think I've been reading for an hour. Alright, I'll give you guys more content. What are those lines of lights flowing around at the bottom?
大アウローラ教のパーティーの客人たちの行列でしょ。
Aurora's party? Wait, actually, you're using her name correctly. Lady Aurora. Wow, not Lady Au. Alright, of course, you're not like Lambda and Burned. You can't just go ahead and do that. You don't have that power.
客人？
7 weights? Okay.
元老院の大魔女たちや退屈から逃れる永遠の旅の途中の航海者たちへ。
Which is from the Senate, okay.
数百年の眠りより目覚めた偉大なる大魔女たちから未来世界を牛耳る魔女や魔女狩りの貴族たちまで、今夜は大きなパーティーが催されるようですよ。
Featherines, Lady Aurora.
お誕生パーティーでもするの？無限の魔女大ベアトリーチェ教は辺境の魔女なれど、その優れた魔法体験により無限の物語を生み出す無限機関ベアトリーチェの猫箱を生み出した天才魔女だそうです。私からすれば爪の甘い間抜け魔女なのですが、どうやら大魔女の世界ではちょいと知られた有名人のようで、ベアトリーチェの誕生会でもやるわけ？
誕生日ベアトリーチェ。
我が主はベアトリーチェの腹技でもつ鍋パーティーと言っています。だってそうじゃないですか。一なる真実が存在しないから猫箱は無限の物語を生み続けるのです。しかしあんたの鍵に一なる真実が明かされます。そしてそれは猫箱が開かれることを意味する。ま ちまけるのと同じことってわけです。そのもつ鍋パーティーもあの高速道路の渋滞みたいな大行列。ベアトリーチェの有名さを驚くべきか、あの連中のゲスさに出るのが先か分かりかねえ。あんたにとって一なる真実を書の中身は単なるピリオドにする。でもロッケン島ミステリーを感激する者たちにとってはこれは見過ごせないイベントですから。なるほど。あれはお兄ちゃんのゲーム版を食い破ってたヤギどもの行列というわけだね。
Andy's analogy was an accurate one. The crowd far, far below them was made up of nobles wearing beautiful outfits and goat masks. They were all so intent on tearing the guts out of Beatrice's cat box that they couldn't even hide the jewels trickling from their mouths. Those gluttonous goat nobles, who derived pleasure from violently exposing the truth, were in a line of cars heading towards the meeting place.
猫箱もベアトリーチェもいよいよおしまいなのね。ベアテたちはゲーム版の最後の食い残し、黄金鏡に立てこもってます。バトラとベアトが門番を務め、第一陣を壊滅させたようですが、第二陣は防げません。我が主は道場概念破壊の艦隊を与えられました。黄金鏡の城壁などもはや風前の灯火です。島に湧き出したヤギたちは島に惨劇を望む未来の妄言が具現化したもの。そうです。あのヤギたちはネットの海からいくらでも生まれてきます。
The internet!
第一陣は所詮はおぞおぞ。第二陣は違います。無数のヤギたちの中から立てこもるすべての駒たち個人個人の規定に特化した再生営から転生しています。総兵力は10万。
That's quite a lot.
島に立てこもりほんの数十人を否定するために10万の否定を用意したのです。
That seems very unbalanced, doesn't it?
お兄ちゃんもうおしまいだ。もう覚悟はされているのでしょう。後ろ宮バトラは1986年に死んでいて、あの彼は猫箱が生み出した幻想である。ね、分かってる。
Regardless of whether he's my real brother or an illusion, regardless of whether he's who I'd like him to be or not, the Badger who created this game board for my sake will die. No, it just means that I'll accept the fact of his death, so it's not like he's going to die now. Angie thought to herself, shouldn't performing the last rites for her brother be her responsibility? This was her final trial, which she had assigned to herself. All of those people down on the game board were the personification of Angie's naivety. By denying the existence of all of them, wouldn't she finally be able to accept the truth? No, that's not right. I'm not being honest, even with myself. Even if it's all an illusion, it wouldn't make that bizarre Halloween party any less heartwarming. Oni-chan said it himself. The Halloween party may have been an illusion. However, he was trying to use that party to tell me something. Yes, figure it out, Angie. Figure it out, Angie.
我が主より
揮官を務めるよう仰せつかっています。お任せを、エンジさん。
Comrade Angie。
あなた自らに手を汚させるほど我が主は陰湿ではありません。
Yes, that might be kind of her. These are my lingering attachments we're talking about. I should be grateful to Byrne. If she really were cruel, she should probably have ordered me to take charge of the second wave and execute my own family.
どうしエンジ
Comrade Angie, yes.
あんたは真実の魔女なんですよ。
She's talking like she's a pirate. Comrade! Let's go find the One Piece, Comrade Angie.
そうね、多分。じゃあ受け入れましょう。12年ようやく本当に一なる真実。私はここでベルンカステルが封印を解き終えるのを気長に待つとする。おそらくはパーティーのゲストとしてあなたは呼び出されるでしょう。姿見はありますので、目やりでも食べたらどうです？あんたこそ出陣前に無駄毛でも抜いてきます。
Oh! 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 Wow, Angie didn't have to clap back like that! Damn! I love the relationship though. They'd be having a fun relationship together. What the hell is this place? It floated in the empty air. What? What the hell is this thing? This isn't the library or the book. What is this place? The Dotragon land. Oh! Oh, right. Right, because this is still the door. They're still... I thought everyone had already fled to the Golden Land. I guess they're still fleeing. Alright, we're gonna end things here, though. I think we're gonna end things here, and then we're gonna continue next time. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. I'll meet you guys next time for some more. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed watching this at least as much as I enjoyed reading it. And I'll meet you guys next time. Hopefully that was now finally over an hour long. I think it was. I just had to read it a bit longer. Okay, but we continue next time. Alright, y'all. Peace.